Welcome to today's lesson on strings in Python. In this session, we will learn how Python uses strings to store and work with text. We will explore what strings are, how characters are stored inside a string, and how we can perform different operations on them using Python. This lesson will help you build strong basics that are important for writing Python programs and for understanding future concepts in coding. Let us begin our detailed explanation of strings in Python. In this lesson on strings in Python, we will cover the following topics step by step. We'll begin with an introduction to strings in Python, where you'll understand what strings are and how they are used. Next, we'll learn about accessing characters in a string using index numbers. After that, we'll explore string operations, including concatenation, repetition, membership, and slicing, with simple examples. We'll also study built-in functions and string methods that help us work with strings easily. Then, we'll learn how to traverse a string using loops. Finally, we'll write and understand programs using strings. By the end of this lesson, you'll have a strong understanding of how strings work in Python. Introduction to string. In Python, a string is a sequence of characters. A character can be a letter, number, space, or symbol. Strings are always written inside single or double quotes. For example, hello or hello world are strings. Strings are used to store and work with text in Python. Accessing characters in a string. Just like every house in a society has a unique house number, every character in a string also has a unique number. This number is called the index number. In Python, indexing always starts from 0. So, the first character of a string has index 0. Example string. Let us understand indexing with an example. Consider the string S equals hello world. This string contains letters as well as a space. Each character in this string will have its own index number. Index numbers of characters. Here you can see the index numbers assigned to each character. The letter H has index 0, E has index 1, and so on. The space between hello and world is also counted as a character. The total length of this string is 11. Length and last index rule. There is an important rule to remember. If the length of a string is n, then the index of the last character is n-1. Here, the length is 11, so the last index is 10. Remember, even a space has an index value. Accessing characters using index. In Python, we can access any character in a string using its index number. To do this, we write the string name followed by the index number inside square brackets. Let us use the same string, hello world. Character access examples. When we write S square bracket 0, we get H. S square bracket 1 gives E. S square bracket 5 gives a space. And S square bracket 10 gives D. This is how Python allows us to access individual characters in a string. Key points to remember. Let us quickly revise. Indexing in Python starts from 0. The last index is always 1 less than the length of the string. Spaces are also characters. And characters are accessed using square brackets. These points are very important for exams. String operations. Python provides many basic operations that can be performed on strings. Some of these operations are concatenation, repetition, membership, and slicing. We will learn each of these operations one by one with examples. Concatenation. Concatenation is an operation used to join two strings. In Python, the plus symbol is used as the concatenation operator. Here, the string Python is stored in the variable s, and the string program is stored in the variable t. When we use s plus t, both strings are joined together, and the output we get is Python program. Repetition. Repetition is an operation used to repeat a given string a specific number of times. In Python, the asterisk symbol is used as the repetition operator. Here, the string Python is stored in the variable s. When we write s multiplied by 3, the string Python is repeated 3 times. Similarly, when we write s multiplied by 5, the string is repeated 5 times. This is how repetition works in Python. Membership operator in. The in operator in Python is used to check whether a character or substring is present in a string. If the substring is found, Python returns true. If the substring is not found, Python returns false. For example, the letter P is present in the word apple, so the result is true. Membership operator not in. The not in operator works opposite to the in operator. It checks whether a character or substring is not present in the string. If the substring is missing, Python returns true. If it is present, Python returns false. This operator helps us confirm the absence of characters in a string. Slicing in Python. Slicing is an operation used to extract a part of a string. In Python, slicing allows us to select specific characters from a string. To perform slicing, we specify the start index, the stop index, and an optional step value. The general syntax for slicing is string start, stop, step. Parts of slicing. The start value tells Python from which index the slicing should begin. The stop value tells where slicing should end. But the character at the stop index is not included in the result. The step value decides how the index moves forward. If the step value is not given, Python uses the default value 1. Built-in functions and string methods. Python provides many built-in functions and string methods that make working with strings easier. These functions help us find information about a string or change its format. In this section, we will learn some commonly used functions and methods with simple examples. Lay function. The lay function is used to find the length of a string. It counts all characters in the string, including spaces. Here, the string hello world has 11 characters, so the lay function returns the value 11. Title method. The title method is used to change the format of a string. It converts the first letter of every word into uppercase, while the remaining letters become lowercase. This method is useful when we want to display text neatly. Lower method. The lower method converts all the letters in a string to lowercase. Even if some letters are already uppercase, Python changes them to lowercase using this method. It is helpful when we want uniform text. Upper method. The upper method works opposite to the lower method. It converts all the letters in a string to uppercase. This method is useful when we want to highlight text or display it in capital letters. Count method. The count method tells us how many times a character or substring appears in a given string. In this example, the letter O appears 2 times in the string, so the result returned by the count method is 2. Replace method. The replace method is used to replace one part of a string with another. It searches for the old word or character and replaces it with the new one. Here, the word hello is replaced with hi. ISUPPER method. The ISUPPER method checks whether all the letters in a string are written in uppercase. If the string is not empty and all letters are capital, Python returns true. Otherwise, it returns false. ILOWER method. The ILOWER method checks whether all the letters in a string are written in lowercase. If the condition is satisfied, Python returns true. If any letter is uppercase or the string is empty, the result will be false. Key points to remember. Built-in functions and string methods help us work efficiently with strings. They are commonly used in Python programs and are important for exams. Understanding these methods will help you write better and cleaner code. Traversing a string. Traversing a string means going through each character of the string one by one. In Python, strings are made up of characters, and often we need to read or process each character individually. To do this, Python allows us to use loops. We can traverse a string using either a for loop or a while loop. Traversing a string using for loop. Let us take the string rain and store it in the variable x. When we use a for loop with a string, Python automatically takes one character at a time. In each iteration of the loop, one character from the string is printed. So the output we get is R, then A, then I, and finally N. How the for loop works. In a for loop, the loop control variable stores one character of the string in each run. During the first run, it stores the letter R. In the second run, it stores A. In the third run, it stores I, and in the last run, it stores N. The loop stops after all characters of the string are processed. Traversing a string using index. We can also traverse a string by using index values. Here, the function lay of x gives the total number of characters in the string. The range function generates index values starting from 0. Using these index values, Python accesses each character in the string using square brackets. How index-based traversing works. The length of the string rain is 4. So the range function generates the values 0, 1, 2, and 3. In the first run, Python accesses x of 0, which is R. In the second run, x of 1 gives A. Similarly, x of 2 gives I, and x of 3 gives N. This continues until all characters are printed. Key points to remember. Traversing means accessing each character of a string one at a time. We can traverse a string directly using a for loop or by using index values along with the range and lay functions. This concept is very important for understanding string operations and for writing Python programs in exams. Programs using strings. In this section, we will write a simple program using strings. The purpose of this program is to display an asterisk after every character of a string. This example will help us understand how strings are traversed in Python and how we can control the output using the print function. Such programs are very useful for building basic programming logic. Program code. Let us understand the program line by line. First, the input function is used to take a string from the user. This string is stored in the variable named s. Next, we use a for loop to traverse the string. In each iteration of the loop, one character of the string is stored in the variable I. The print statement then displays the character. Output. When the user enters the word computer, the program starts printing each character one by one. After every character, an asterisk is printed. So the output appears as C star, O star, M star, P star, and so on, until all characters of the string are displayed. Explanation. Now let us understand why an asterisk appears after every character. Normally, the print function moves to a new line after printing. But here, we have used the n argument of the print function and set it to an asterisk. This means that instead of going to the next line, Python prints an asterisk after each character. Since the print statement is inside the loop, this process repeats for every character of the string. Key learning points. This program teaches us several important concepts. We learned how to traverse a string using a for loop. We also learned how the n argument of the print function works. Programs like this help us understand strings better and are very important for exams and practice. Thank you for watching. If you found this lesson helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more such videos. The PDF version of this content is available in the description box. Keep learning and see you in the next video.